All right, both fighters
right.
wearing the same colored shorts, but Rezzy wearing the purple shoes, and he's got the ponytail. Jackmon's got
Rezzy
the
has the Rezzy with the black hair, Jackmon with the brown hair. Ooh,
Yep.
big early shots fired. Rezzy taking just a bit of ugly face. He kind of looks. Jackmon looks like Yogi.
Yeah, I see it. I can see
looks
he's like lighter haired Yogi.
What the hell? He looks exactly like Yogi, bro. What the fuck?
The Yogi alt account actually. He had the same avatar though. But no, good fight going off so far. Both fighters slugging it out and showing that they can throw some heavy hands. And honestly, I think at this point, maybe too much hands being thrown for V4, right? Take a little bit
doesn't walk
off.
out. Anthony's fan will take care of him very quick.
Yeah. And another spin-a-row going out. Everyone's trying it tonight, but you got to be careful. We've seen no knockdowns from it, but several knockdowns for people trying to use it.
Yes, sir. This game is so unserious.
Yeah, and so far, I would say this round, maybe slight edge to Jackmon. Seen the ugly face, maybe just a little bit more.
I've seen ugly from both of them so far. I've seen ugly from both faces so far. So this is not a definite fight for anyone. But I am seeing Jackmon land some pretty clean hit. Ooh, nice head movement from Rezzy. Rezzy, I think these are both pretty short fighters. Oh, nice hit right there. Sniped him in head. I think. Ooh, this could be a KO right here. Which it's got to be close right now for Rezzy because I'm seeing he's taking some big hits.
Actually, honestly, not necessarily the best choice, I think, for Jackmon. I think he had Rezzy in some pretty dangerous territory. Rezzy was really sticking out there, trying to be aggressive to get him to back out. And I think if Jack had just stayed in there, you're right, the knockdown would have come.
No, however, I have fought Rezzy before. He has some power. And these are both short fighters because when I fought Rezzy, he's like a good 5 inches shorter than me. So these are both. Rezzy's probably like 5'6", 5'7", and Jackmon probably around 5'8" 5'9" maybe. So this is don't let the lack of height difference deceive you. These are not very big people. But
all right.
Oh, again with the ugly face from Rezzy. A double left there. Y'all peep that?
That was pretty clean. And I gotta say, so far this is the spin move not working and putting him in a really bad spot. People are gonna get themselves killed trying to get this move out.
From Rezzy right there. Yeah, that was really interesting. We've had really close encounters for both of these fighters. So far, both of these fighters have definitely been close to getting KO'd. But I think Rezzy, one of them has auto turn, but I can't. One of them is stationary auto turn, or maybe both of them are, but I can't really tell.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of instant lock-ins, no matter where the exchange goes. What's up?
No, sorry. They both requested to speak, so I just brought them up.
Go for it.
Well, actually, there we go. Okay, I don't know why they both got kicked out, and they both just requested to come back up. So that was weird. Rezzy, you're not doing bad at all, bro. You're doing good. You actually logged in for that. At the end, you had some really good combos. Just keep it up, bro. Keep your head movement up because I've seen you. You have good head movement. You're fast, so you better show up. Because I've never seen Jackmon fight, so this is my first impression of him. But he looks good.
Yeah, no, both of them very effective so far this fight. It's been honestly kind of not totally even. There's been a lot of exchanges. I'm expecting a very high damage match.
I can't really tell who won that. I am gonna give it to Jackmon though in my, but as we've seen, what we think doesn't mean shit. Let me tell you, this game has proved us wrong several times. But I am gonna give it to Jackmon in my extremely professional opinion.
No, I couldn't agree more, right? It is hard to check, but you got to go with what you see and to the best of your abilities.
Rezzy said he's going to lock in, though, so I really want to see something here from him.
And I think he will, right? What would you do as Rezzy? Yeah, how would you lock in for this round?
Rezzy is a better inboxer than he's outboxer. So I would, honestly, I give this him advice pretty much all the time just because of the way the system is. But I'm baiting those counterattacks because right now, you look at Jackmon, those hands are not covering those hooks in the slightest. he's getting hit with that hook every time. So I'm baiting a hook. I'm going to slip under it, and I'm going to try and hit him with a really hard counterattack to snap a KO. That's what I'm trying to go. Right there, you see that? That chopping right leaves him wide open for a hook. So you want to get that counterattack in. He's leaving his head wide open every time, and that could be disastrous if he doesn't be careful.
No, and that's really good boxing advice. I will say, right, like, give me an example of, like, how you would bait that punch out. Because I think a lot of people, like, you know, you hear the phrase, like, all right, I got to bait a punch out.
When you see it chopping right, they're trying to hit you from above. So you're going to want to drop your hand and just wait for a reaction. What you want to do is get close. When you get close, they have to do something. It's instinct. When someone gets close in a combination like that, they're going to throw. So you want to put some physical pressure on them, maybe jab a couple, wait for the chopping right, oh!
Yeah, okay, Jackman getting a solid knockdown.
Holy I was too busy talking. What even happened?
Jackman, I think, was listening to you. He locked in and he got a beautiful knockdown. Yeah, at this point, Rezzy is definitely behind, and he needs to work to get back into the match.
He took a big one too. Rezzy, but if I'm Rezzy, you know what? Screw what I just said. I'm keeping my hands up because that's where I'm failing right now. If I'm Rezzy. Jackman, he might be keeping his hands low, but he's accurate enough where he's getting the KO before Rezzy can. So I better keep those hands up. But yeah, you see, I keep seeing that chopping right is glaring to me every time. So if Rezzy can snipe him with a nice hit, that could be a pretty matchmaker right there.
Yeah, but what I'm seeing now, right, is Rezzy is doing all of the chasing, and I think that's why he's losing this match, right?
Yeah.
He's constantly moving in, and so Jackman is getting the higher damage and also getting the damage reduction, right?
So I believe at this point, it's really hard. Is Rezzy? Oh, no, I think it's Jackman with auto turn here. Yeah, Jackman has the auto turn, stationary fighter, and Rezzy I think is room scale. Oh, another big, ugly face. This could be it. This could be a 10-7 round for Jackman if Rezzy doesn't stay very careful here. This could be it right here. Oh, big hit, yo. Big shots from Rezzy. If those landed, that could have been. Yeah, there's a round. They both saw that, but that could have been really disastrous for either of them. But they both decided to back off and end it there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I think though that backwards motion is what's getting Jackman ahead. Right, he is, and now that he has that knockdown and he has the advantage, right, he has the comfort that he can just stay back, and Rezzy has to push, which is pushing him in that danger situation that got him that first knockdown in the first place.
Something I've also noticed is there's a height difference, but it's just enough where Rezzy can't get in on his body and just shoot him alive. So he has the reach. So Jackman has the reach and everything else advantage without the disadvantage of, being able to just get chewed open like that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So what do you do now as Rezzy, right? Like, you had a good strategy for him before. Does that still work? Or now that the knockdown happened, does that change things?
No, honestly, don't. So Jackman is 5'5", and Rezzy is 5'4". So I actually overestimated them. Yogi said his Yogi's advice is TKO. That's Yogi's advice. Is go for a TKO. So yeah, I agree with Yogi here saying he's losing on the scoreboard. But so the last round was 10-8, right? It was a one knockdown round, so it's probably 10-8. That's for the most part how it ends up. And one round was 10-9. So if I'm Rezzy, I'm looking for at least 2 KOs. So yeah, I'm going with Yogi. So the only way to win this is by getting at least 2 KOs, and that's only for a draw. If you want to win, you got to go for hard, precise counterattack shots to get those KOs. So that's the only way you're going to win right here. Jackman keeps pulling that shit. Yeah, I think Rezzy's listening because he's throwing some hard hits.
Yeah. No, that's good advice, but this is the danger, right, of this new patch is that if you get behind, especially if you're looking at that third round and are already seriously behind on the scorecards,
it's very hard to get back up.
What you can do. Exactly. There's not a lot you can do. You really have to rely on your opponent.
Especially when your opponent is somebody who is defensively responsible, such as Jackman. He's playing defensively. Even though his hands aren't very high. Sorry about that noise. Even though his hands aren't being held particularly high, he's bringing them up when he needs to. Oh, a little bit of taunting there. Hopefully that doesn't end like how it did for me on Saturday night because I taunted and I got KO'd once. Actually, I won, but it was quite embarrassing.
It's all about the mental games. And right now, I think Jackmon has this in the bag. He is feeling confident. Rezzy is in the desperation mode, and Jack gets the knockdown, sealing this match.
That's exactly what I was like. When the taunting either goes two ways, you either get too cocky, like I kind of did yesterday. You get too cocky and you end up getting slammed on your chin, or you bait your opponent in and you get them over aggressive and you slam them, which was what he just did. So that was it was really well played by him because he baited Rezzy in with a big swing and he did a 2-3 and he was gone.
I couldn't agree with you more, right? It's this strategy. I think if people taunt just to like get in someone's face, if taunting isn't a move that you do, right? Like think about it like a video game. You got to hit the taunt button, so you got to time it right, knowing what it's going to do to your opponent, make them bite on one of your moves, and then know that you have enough time to counter it.
Yeah, like so with Ali, I was taunting him, but he was getting in his head in the right way. Like when you see the taunt, you don't let it control you, but you let it feel you instead. You know, which is what Rezzy really should have done there instead of just running in like that, hoping for a KO.
Yeah, I think so. And Jack just starting to piece him up beautifully with those hooks, catching him again and another knockdown.
Yeah, if I'm Rezzy. So, what are you doing here if you're Rezzy, huh, Sully?
If you're Rezzy, I don't think there's anything you can do. Bell rung, and Jack Money has made his money tonight.
Jack Money saying he's washed, but yeah, I don't believe that for a minute. You lying ass. Yeah, I'm gonna say 25 or 20. I'm gonna say 24-30 there. Holy shit!
How about 30-21? And I think one of the biggest disparities. Let's look at that score.
I keep trying to give everyone credit, but it doesn't always work.
Now sometimes it's just a
I guess. So I knew that 10-8, but that 10-6. That's not something I first saw. So I'm pretty sure he got 10-6 because he was way up on damage and 2 KOs. Normally, if you had 2 KOs, it's a 10-6 because damage isn't that far off. But clearly, the damage was far off enough to give him an even bigger advantage than 10-7, which you normally get for 2 KO.
I'm looking at these pictures.
Jackmon, how are you feeling? How are you feeling after saying you're washed?
I don't think I'm washed, bro.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't think I am.
Thanks so much.
I think I figured that one out.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Beautiful play from you right there. The way you played was really nice. I love the way you taunted. You played it right. You know, even though it does suck as Rezzy, I'm sure. Who likes to get taunted on? But you played it really well. You baited him right. You counterattacked right. You defended yourself right. It was really good play all around.
Yeah. I think 30-21, that's a bit crazy, bro.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming at all. Let's see the damage. That's where it's going to come in. That's where it's really going to say why. Well, let's see the damage.
4,562 to 1912, bro. That shit's.
Are you serious? You're lying.
I am dead ace, bro. Square to Bob. Square to Bob, bro. It's.
Wait, what was that damage? Oh my god, that damage.
That damage is insane.
Yo, I think that might be the highest damage you've ever seen on an exhibition fight. Like of all,
the biggest damage disparagement, the biggest score disparagement. I mean, like
the lowest I've ever seen is 30 to 22, which is the previous record, and that's got to be. I don't think you've ever seen higher than 4.
I think I've seen a 30-20.
So, what you're saying is I did good or something?
Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah, no, Jack, you redeemed yourself big time after that fight last week to someone. You showed that you absolutely deserve to be in the top field here.
That's
give me top 16, guys.
He said, "Give me a better fight next time."
You're gonna get there. Don't you worry.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You will be in top 16.
100%. I'd love to see him challenge.
Hey, and I'll be open if I'm excited to fight somebody or not. And I wouldn't be excited to fight you. So that's
our litmus test. That's our litmus test. If Boz doesn't want to fight you, then you definitely got a challenge.
Fucking
somebody in the
Floyd
top
Money Mayweather, bro. That guy gives me PTSD.
Bro. Me versus Floyd, that wasn't fair at all. That loss doesn't count. All right, that doesn't count.
He's like top 3 though. So don't.
That doesn't even count. I swear it doesn't count. Okay, guys.
Look, I'm here for it.
That's like I always say though. Records don't matter. Records don't matter. You're fighting.
Yeah, records don't matter. I don't know, bro. But Rezzy was fast.
Rezzy, where are you, bro?
This shit is
yeah.
What you say?
This shit is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I knew I was gonna lose, but I did not know I was gonna lose 30-21. So
yeah,
it is what it is. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back better.
Love you too, Dad.
Because 30-21 is crazy. I can't really take that. So I'm gonna be back for him.
That's what I like to hear.
Hey,
that's what I like to hear.
Train some more, and I'm gonna do better next time. But like,
bet. Look, that's all I needed to hear.
Like, Rezzy, I fought against you in a what did we do? 5
bro,
rounds?
Look, bro. See, I took like a week off because I was injured or whatever.
Yeah,
but
bro. And
when I fought you, I was at my best, and I just couldn't replicate it. He was just like, I couldn't hit him. Like, he wasn't fast. He wasn't even that. This may like seem crazy, but like, he not that good. Now I know, like it's 30-21, but he's not that good.
It's not about individual player skill. It's
wait a minute.
Styles make fights.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. So what are we hearing? What we're hearing from you, Rezzyman, is if you get a good like week to get back into proper form, you want to squabble up. You want to run back. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jack Money. I think we might have a little bit of a series on our hands if you want to run that back. Rezzyman says lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, and that was luck. So we'll see. I would like to see this run back. I like the energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? And so, Rezzyman, like, take whatever time you need, bro. Don't feel need to be rushed. If you want to run back, just hit up Jack, have him agree to it, sign up, and when you guys both sign up, just say, hey, I want to fight this person. The other player does the same, and we'll have the match set up.